Alright team, today we're going to be talking about table closing. I'm going to discuss with you the wave 3 of all the paperwork that needs to be signed. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. Alright, so in this transaction we're doing a table round closing. I bought this deal from one of my mentoring students, and basically the deal has marginal equity about 20, we bought the house about 20% off, so about 80 cents on a dollar, okay? There's not a significant amount of equity, but there is still 20% equity on the property. And the great thing with this deal was that the house didn't need a lot of repairs. It was in a very good area. It was a perfect strategy for me because I'm a buy and hold guy. And there wasn't that much in the rears, okay? Just 1 month, which was only $1,300, okay? So let's go ahead and dive into the paperwork to let you guys know what kind of paperwork you need to do a table round closing. So there's going to be 3 waves of paperwork, and this one is about the wave number 3. All right. So if you're ever going to be doing a table closing, here's the paperwork you're going to need. All right. The first paperwork you're going to need is basically a note. Okay. And on this note, this is a non-recourse note. And what that means is that the seller cannot come after me directly if I default, and they could only go after the property. Okay. And it explains the terms. And on the note, the seller is going to sign only. Then we have what's called a wraparound agreement, and that basically discusses the terms of the owner financing. Okay, and both of us are going to sign this paperwork. The next thing that you're going to need is basically a deed of trust, what I call DOT. And remember, a DOT is basically a collateral instrument that I'm pledging the property for the seller in case I default. So if I don't do what I say, the seller could use the DOT or deed of trust to foreclose on me. And the last piece of paperwork that you need is basically the deed. And follow me, let me show you how the deed looks like. Alright, and basically this is going to be the deed. And this is called a general warranty deed with the vendor's lien because there is a lien on the property. And with the deed, the only thing that needs to be signed is the seller. So out of the 4 paperwork that we have, okay, I signed the deed of trust, the wraparound agreement, both parties signed, the note, I'm the one that's going to be signing because I'm buying the property, and the deed, only the seller signs. Okay. Now, wave 2, there's a bunch of other paperwork that need to be signed, like power of attorney, authorization letters, things of that nature. I personally, on top of these 4 documents, I have 2 other documents that I sign. One is called the affidavit. Basically, the seller says, hey, they understand all the due on sell, they understand they're doing owner financing, they understand all the risk factors. And then the other document I have the seller sign is basically a document that says they receive all the paperwork, like for example the deed, the note, the trust, the contract, so later on there's no misunderstanding, say, well, hey, I didn't get this paperwork. Since I own 3 businesses, I really do disclosure for my sake, for the seller's sake, for everybody's sake, because I really want to make sure everybody understands what's going on in these transactions. Okay, so I do disclosure too many times. And I highly recommend that you guys do the same exact thing, because with disclosure comes security, because you're doing business right. Okay. Now, once I go and do this closing, I'm going to do a video on how to file it at the county clerk's office. Then I'll go ahead and show you guys the property as soon as I buy it, and then I'll show you what's going to happen to it once I rehab it. Okay? Stay tuned.